I've said it many times. I don't give a I have no morals. I'm a sociopath. I don't give a at all.
In recent months, Johnny Somali, an American streamer known for controversial and offensive live-streamed behavior, has drawn widespread outrage in South Korea. His erratic actions, from harassing strangers to defacing culturally significant sites, have garnered massive attention and led to escalating legal repercussions, as he seems increasingly unable or unwilling to respect Korean laws and customs. The story began with Somali's arrival in South Korea, where his disruptive antics quickly set him apart. His videos largely consist of taunting people on the street, trespassing, and mocking cultural symbols, and his provocative approach quickly earned him a bad reputation. The goal of his content appears to be provocation and chaos, banking on viewer reactions and viral attention to build a following. However, as his stunts have grown increasingly bold, so have the consequences he faces. One of the most shocking episodes involves Somali deliberately disrespecting a statue symbolizing Korean comfort women, a monument to the women who were forced into sexual slavery by the Japanese military during World War II. This monument holds immense cultural significance in Korea, as it memorializes a painful chapter in Korean history. Somali mocked the statue in a live stream, drawing outrage from viewers. He later issued a flippant non-apology, claiming ignorance of the statue's meaning, but this only further fueled the backlash. The incident solidified public opinion against him and intensified scrutiny of his behavior. As Somali's notoriety grew, Korean authorities and internet watchdogs began to track his movements. Concerned citizens, including fellow content creators, increasingly documented and reported his behavior to the police. Despite the mounting public outcry and surveillance, Somali remained undeterred, frequently mocking Korean viewers and authorities alike. At one point, he boldly challenged authorities to find him, seemingly unaware, or uncaring, that this would only motivate people to pursue his capture more fervently. Facing mounting legal pressures and an outpouring of public hostility, Somali allegedly tried to devise a plan to escape the country. Tips circulated on how he might leave without drawing attention, from taking cabs to remote train stations to flying from regional airports. But these plans were unlikely to succeed, as authorities were already monitoring his movements closely, making an undetected escape improbable. His attempts to downplay his actions or manipulate the situation only seemed to worsen his predicament. Simultaneously, other content creators from Korea and beyond took interest in Somali's case. Some documented his behavior as a cautionary tale, while others expressed anger and disbelief. A few, including Korean-American creators, condemned him publicly, worried that his actions were tarnishing the reputation of foreigners, particularly black foreigners, in South Korea. One notable altercation unfolded when Somali got into a physical confrontation with a Korean military veteran who also happened to be a popular content creator. The incident, which occurred right in front of police officers, resulted in Somali being punched and momentarily incapacitated. The Korean public lauded the veteran's actions, with some fans even donating to pay for his stay in a luxury hotel as a reward for standing up for Korea. This incident underscored how Somali's antics had united many Koreans who saw his behavior as a national insult. In the wake of this incident, Somali faced new charges, including obstruction of business, following a live-streamed altercation in a convenience store. Korean streamers organized a press conference to file collective police reports against him, signaling a growing movement to hold him accountable legally. Additionally, his drug test returned a positive result for THC, adding potential drug-related charges to the list. His multiple infractions, from defamation to physical altercations, began stacking up, with the possibility of lengthy prison sentences looming if he was convicted on all counts. As public opinion turned overwhelmingly against him, Somali released a series of half-hearted apologies. The most notable came after his encounter with the Comfort Woman statue. In an awkward and seemingly insincere statement, he claimed he hadn't known the statue's significance and that his actions were just meant as entertainment. Despite his apologies, Somali continued to make disrespectful comments about Koreans and their culture, sometimes on the very platforms where he had issued the apologies. His attitude and behavior reflected an unwillingness to understand the gravity of his actions or the impact on Korean citizens. Some Korean influencers and international content creators attempted to mediate, organizing an apology video on his behalf in an effort to mend some of the cultural damage he had caused. However, this effort largely backfired, as Somali's apology appeared forced, and he continued to mock Koreans shortly afterward. Viewers quickly recognized this insincerity, and the video did little to improve his image. In fact, his attempts to reconcile seemed only to cement his image as a provocateur who enjoyed skirting the line between harmless mischief and serious offense. Moreover, his behavior has sparked debate about the extent of punishment he might face. Given South Korea's strict laws regarding defamation, harassment, and drug use, his list of charges has serious implications. Estimates indicate that, if convicted on all charges, Somali could face up to 29 years in prison. These include potential prison terms for defamation, obstruction, drug use, and assault charges. Adding to this, the U.S. could revoke his passport if South Korea formally charges him with a felony, thereby barring him from international travel, even if he is released. Despite facing significant legal threats, Somali seemed intent on escalating his self-destructive behavior. At one point, he was captured mocking the very individuals trying to help him, sticking his tongue out and making gestures in what appeared to be open disdain for the entire situation. Observers noted that he appeared to be performing some of these actions not as acts of genuine rebellion, but as desperate attempts to maintain his online relevance. As of now, Somali's case represents an international incident, with authorities, media outlets, and audiences across multiple countries paying close attention. His reckless disregard for local customs and laws has turned him into a poster child for the dangers of prioritizing online notoriety over respectful conduct, especially when operating abroad. His story is widely discussed on social media and has become a point of conversation in Korean politics as well, with the National Assembly reportedly monitoring the case closely. Many see this saga as a cautionary tale about the perils of shock value content, which relies on offending and antagonizing others to garner views. Somali's behavior is an extreme example of a wider trend where some content creators prioritize views and fame at any cost, often at the expense of personal integrity or common sense. His story is also a reminder of the cultural tensions that can arise when social media personalities interact with international audiences without adequate awareness or respect for local customs. While Somali's future remains uncertain, his situation has set a new standard for what can go wrong when a content creator misjudges the line between entertainment and offense. The combination of cultural ignorance, disrespect, and outright defiance of legal authority has left Somali facing a lengthy potential prison sentence and possibly the end of his career as a streamer. In the end, Johnny Somali's time in South Korea has been less a successful foray into international streaming and more a highly publicized spiral of self-sabotage. His actions have highlighted not only the limits of tolerance for disrespectful behavior in foreign countries, but also the responsibility of content creators to be mindful of the social and legal environments in which they operate. Somali's story may serve as a lesson for aspiring creators. Seeking fame through chaos and disrespect is a precarious path, especially when it brings lasting consequences. Whether he will recognize this lesson remains to be seen. For now, however, his antics have only led to widespread condemnation and a looming legal reckoning that could redefine the boundaries of online behavior abroad. All right, that's all for today's update. Johnny Somali's story is far from over, and I'll be keeping a close eye on this case as it unfolds. Stay tuned for more updates, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss out. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think about all this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.